Evening, Siddharth Yadav, spokesperson of the BJP. Thank you very much. Touseef Ahmed Khan, lawyer, political analyst, joining us on the broadcast. Hi, Touseef. Good to have you on the show. Speaking on behalf of the TMC. Good evening. Rohan Mitra, spokesperson of the Congress party, because they have a list of grouses against the Election Commission as well. And Mr. Saravanan from the DMK, I believe, will be joining us as well this evening. Thank you all very much. Touseef Ahmed Khan, can I please ask you to help our viewers understand what exactly is the problem if top bureaucrats are shuffled and reshuffled before an election? This happens every time. It happens in all states. It happens in BJP-run states as well. What is the problem if it happens in West Bengal?
You see, it is expected that after the Model Code of Conduct, Election Commission will take decisions, and that may include, transfer of senior police officers or IAS officers. But the problem is when the Chief Election Commission starts taking instructions from BJP. Take a look at 2016. The election was held in 7 phases. In 2021, election was held in 8 phases. And during those 2 elections, Trinamool Congress, Mamata Banerjee repeatedly requested the Election Commission to reduce the number of phases. But BJP, on the other hand, wanted the Election Commission to conduct elections on so many number of phases because their narrative was that there's a law and order situation. They wanted central government forces to be on the ground. And now in 2026, BJP has requested Election Commission to conduct the election in 2 phases.
No, so did the TMC want elections in Bengal to span over 8 phases like last time? Nahi, na? You wanted the same thing.
No. It's not a question whether it's not a question. The question is whose instructions, on whose behest Election Commission is acting. Because BJP has said in 2026 that you have to conduct election in 2 phases, they are doing so. Because BJP said in 2021 you conduct election in 8 phases, they did so. Mamata Banerjee repeatedly requested that to reduce the number of phases. Point is, you are not acting on your own. You're not acting independently. You are taking instructions of BJP. Can BJP deny that they did not request for reducing the number of phases in election this time?
Mr. Touseef Khan, my question, okay, I will put that question to the BJP, but again, I asked you a simple question. Isn't it standard operating procedure, SOP, for election commissions to reshuffle the bureaucratic order in the state that is going to elections? Yes, it is. It happens in BJP ruled states. It is happening in TMC ruled states. It will happen in DMK ruled states also. What is the problem in that? Why create such a tamasha out of that? That you walk out of parliament and say we protest.
Have you ever seen that a chief election commission against whom in the parliament a notice for impeachment is signed by 193 members of parliament?
Not answering my question again.
And that, yes, because there is no confidence. This election commission is an employee acting like an employee of the BJP.
So, sir, I have asked you one question twice. For both, you have given me different answers, raised different issues, but not stuck to the issue that I'm asking you. I will try one last time. I'm again asking you, what is the problem in transferring top IAS and IPS officers by the Election Commission before an election? It happens every time. Why create such a hue and cry about it and say that the Election Commission is compromised? It is taking orders from the BJP. Just answer this question.
I'm answering this question. You asked what is the problem if the Election Commission is transferring officers. The problem is they are taking instructions of BJP. They are acting on behest of BJP. It is not the independent decision. Had it been the independent decision, they would have acceded to the request of Trinamool to reduce the number of phases in 2021 and 2016. It is because BJP has requested them this time.
Will transferring IAS and IPS officers... Will transferring IAS and IPS officers actually influence the results? Nahi, na?
No, it will not, because people of Bengal is with Mamata Banerjee. Today itself, Mamata Banerjee was walking on the street. There was a huge rally against the LPG prices. You can see the support of the people. Can BJP gather so many of people in Bengal? They cannot. Therefore, they are using Election Commission, they are using central forces, they are using CED, they are using CBI. Every union government agency which is in their hand. They are using it to win this election. Still, they have failed. Time and again.
Okay.
Third time in a row they have failed. This time again they can try
Siddharth Yadav, would you want to come in?
I
I've asked one question repeatedly to the TMC. I've still not got an answer. Would you want to come in? Essentially, one of the leaders has said that what the Election Commission is trying to do is to put officers who are close to the BJP in place so that all mischief can be made during elections.
Good evening, Shreya. Good evening to all your viewers. I think if someone has to teach a lesson to political science students, they should take out a clip from your this debate of the initial part and tell the students what political rhetoric or just false allegations and propaganda can be. You ask a simple question. I tried half a dozen of times to understand what is the problem with the TMC. I could not get an answer. So essentially my friend from the TMC is saying in 2021 they wanted the elections to be in lesser phases. Today the elections are happening in lesser phases, in just 2 phases, but they are not happy. Mamata Banerjee was happy then, but she is not happy today just because the decision is taken now and not in 2021. I could not understand the real problem. What essentially has to be understood is West Bengal has been pushed to the corner by this government and this chief minister. The kind of violence that we see in West Bengal, the kind of post-poll violence that we see, the kind of government influence that we see in elections, the kind of unfair play that we see in elections is unprecedented. What Bengal is witnessing today, no other state is witnessing in the country. And being a border state, it becomes very critical that free and fair elections are conducted. Now we know that how Mamata Banerjee rewards the officers who work very hard for her. We have a very classic example of Rajiv Kumar, who was the ex-DJP, who was sacked, who was biased, who was corrupt, and Mamata Banerjee sent her to Rajya Sabha, giving a message to bureaucracy that if you pledge your allegiance to Mamata Banerjee, if you pledge your allegiance to TMC, I will reward you like anything.
Okay.
The government in West Bengal is not the government of West Bengal, it is the government of TMC. And when this is the situation, just allow me 10 seconds. When this is the situation, Article 324 of our constitution mandates the Election Commission to ensure every time that a free and fair elections had happened. Now, I just ask this simple question. Why don't you ask this question when in 2024, the DGP of Bihar was changed, of Uttarakhand was changed, of Gujarat was changed, Home Secretary was changed, DGP of Maharashtra was changed? Why don't you ask these questions then? These are routine exercises. But the people who are just too overwhelmed with political rhetoric and who cannot answer on substantial questions, have nothing to say on the 15 years of their governance, only retort to this. Free and fair elections have to happen, and people in bureaucracy who unfairly aligned with the TMC and Mamata Banerjee should not have the opportunity to work and make these elections unfair. This is the mandate of election.
The point is that the TMC may have a point when they say that you are reshuffling our top officials. Look,